Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A human offspring, son or daughter, of any age. They had 3 children. A young person of either sex. She writes books for children. An immature, childish person. He remained a child in practical matters as long as he lived. A member of a clan or tribe. The children of Israel. Be silly or tease one another. After we relaxed, we just kidded around. Tell false information for fun. A human offspring, son or daughter, of any age. They were able to send their kids to college. Soft, smooth leather from the hide of a young goat. Kid gloves. English dramatist, 1558 to 1594. A young person of either sex. They're just kids. Young goat. A young person of either sex. English dramatist noted for his comic verse dramas, born 1907. English painter and art critic, 1866 to 1934. Kill by electrocution, as in the electric chair. Be excessively hot. Cook on a hot surface using fat. Fry the pancakes. Not of legal age. Minor children. Relatively moderate, limited, or small. A young person of either sex. Warranting only temporal punishment. Have as one's secondary field of study. In college she minored in mathematics. Inferior in number or size or amount. A minor share of the profits. Of a scale or mode, having half steps between the 2nd and 3rd degrees, and, usually, the 5th and 6th degrees, and the 7th and 8th degrees. The minor keys. Of lesser importance or stature or rank. A minor poet. Of the younger of 2 boys with the same family name. Jones minor. Lesser in scope or effect. Had minor differences. Of lesser seriousness or danger. Suffered only minor injuries. Of your secondary field of academic concentration or specialization. Young bird not yet fledged. A young person of either sex. A young person of either sex. A grasping structure on the limb of a crustacean or other arthropods. A razor powered by an electric motor. A young person of either sex. An adult male who shaves. A young person of either sex. Someone who is small and insignificant. A young person of either sex. Tiddler is a British term for youngster. A crude, uncouth, ill-bred person lacking culture or refinement. A young person of either sex. A crude, uncouth, ill-bred person lacking culture or refinement. A young person of either sex. A native of Yorkshire. A young person of either sex. Tiddler is a British term for youngster. A very young child, birth to 1 year, who has not yet begun to walk or talk. The baby began to cry again. An immature, childish person. Stop being a baby. Treat with excessive indulgence. An unborn child. A human fetus. I felt healthy and very feminine carrying the baby. A project of personal concern to someone. This project is his baby. A very young mammal. Baby rabbits. The youngest member of a group, not necessarily young. The baby of the family. Any immature animal. The immediate descendants of a person. She was the mother of many offspring. Something that comes into existence as a result. Industrialism prepared the way for acceptance of the French Revolution's various socialistic offspring. The immediate descendants of a person. A phenomenon that follows and is caused by some previous phenomenon. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. Circulate or distribute or equip with. Issue a new uniform to the children. Come out of. Water issued from the hole in the wall. The act of issuing printed materials. One of a series published periodically. She found an old issue of the magazine in her dentist's waiting room. An opening that permits escape or release. The canyon had only one issue. The becoming visible. Prepare an issue for public distribution or sale. Supplies, as food or clothing or ammunition, issued by the government. The immediate descendants of a person. He died without issue. The act of providing an item for general use or for official purposes, usually in quantity. A new issue of stamps. Make out an issue. Some situation or event that is thought about. An important question that is in dispute and must be settled. The issue could be settled by requiring public education for everyone. Bring out an official document, such as a warrant. Displaying or suggesting a lack of maturity. Their behavior was juvenile. A young person, not fully developed. Of or relating to or characteristic of or appropriate for children or young people. Juvenile diabetes. A young person, not fully developed. A human being. There was too much for one person to do. A grammatical category used in the classification of pronouns, possessive determiners, and verb forms according to whether they indicate the speaker, the addressee, or a third party. Stop talking about yourself in the third person. A human body, usually including the clothing. A weapon was hidden on his person. A human being. A human being. The immaterial part of a person, the actuating cause of an individual life. Deep feeling or emotion. A human being. A secular form of gospel that was a major black musical genre in the 1960s and 1970s. Soul was politically significant during the civil rights movement. The human embodiment of something. The soul of honor. Causing or capable of causing death. Mortal combat. A human being. Involving loss of divine grace or spiritual death. Subject to death. Mortal beings. Unrelenting and deadly. Mortal enemy. Characteristic of or meant for a single person or thing. An individual serving. Being or characteristic of a single thing or person. Individual drops of rain. A human being. Separate and distinct from others of the same kind. Mark the individual pages. Concerning one person exclusively. We all have individual cars. A single organism. A person considered as descended from some ancestor. Proceeding by descent from an ancestor. Descendant gene. Going or coming down. A person considered as descended from some ancestor. Proceeding by descent from an ancestor. Going or coming down. A very young child, birth to 1 year, who has not yet begun to walk or talk. A child who is male. A child of your spouse by a former marriage. The child of a career officer of the United States Army. A child who is female.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.